Hi, I'm Cordelia Machanoff. I'm a graduate student in crop and soil sciences working with Dr. David Suchoff to evaluate alternative production systems for organic flue-cured tobacco. I'll give a little background while we fly over our 2020 trial. Our objective in this study is to evaluate the potential for plasticulture in organic flue-cured tobacco and also compare colors of mulches to see if they can help with any of the challenges growers are facing. The challenges faced by organic tobacco producers aren't unique. All organic growers face difficulties like weed and pest management. Due to a lack of effective OMRI-listed herbicides, growers rely on cultural practices for organic weed management. In tobacco production, that means frequent cultivation throughout the season. Insect pests are also a challenge. There are more registered materials available, but the research on their efficacy has mixed results, and they tend to be expensive and need to be used preemptively, so we can't go in after a problem has moved in. The plasticulture system is commonly used in other high-value crops and consists of a thin layer of polyethylene mulch that covers the top and sides of the beds with a line of drip irrigation buried underneath next to the plants. Folks use these systems as a way of controlling weeds in the row, to conserve soil moisture, and also for precision irrigation and fertilization. The different colors of mulch can either warm or cool soils, so depending on your location and the crop, you can potentially select one that will have a desired effect. Also, the colors of mulch reflect different types and amounts of light back onto the plants. The silver, which is highly reflective, has been shown to confuse insect pests, and the red reflects far red wavelengths that have been shown to increase leaf area and secondary metabolite production. This study has been conducted 3 times, in 2019 and 2020 at the Cunningham Research Station in Kinston, North Carolina, and at the Border Belt Tobacco Research Station in Whiteville in 2020. We designed the study with 6 treatments: 4 colors of mulch: white, red, silver, and black, and bare ground controls with and without drip irrigation. The trial received no other irrigation besides the drip. This chart shows the percent reflectance from each color of mulch across the light spectrum. You can see that silver reflects the highest amount of light across the entire spectrum. Black reflects almost no light, and red reflects a low amount of light in the low end and more in the far red region. The mulches also impact soil temperature significantly. We saw a consistent pattern in 2020. The bare ground with no irrigation was the hottest throughout the season, and the soil under silver plastic was consistently very cool. Because of these different temperature levels, they may impact the rate of microbial nitrogen mineralization. So we have expanded this trial in 2020 to include a section of each treatment where we are soil sampling to track the rate of nitrogen mineralization over the first 2 months after transplant. This will allow us to analyze the plant available nitrogen from organic fertility sources and determine any effects that the differences in soil temperature might have. 30 days after transplant in 2019, we took photos of representative plants in each treatment. First, we are looking at a plant in the bare ground treatment with no irrigation. Due to the hot, dry May, this plant was not well equipped to thrive. The bare ground plant with drip irrigation fared a bit better. Finally, a typical plant grown on silver plastic with the same planting date fertility as the other ones, looking much more robust at this stage, about a month after transplant. 2020 has been a harder year on tobacco, with a cool, wet start and regular washout rains throughout the season so far. The plants on silver aren't as far ahead this year due to the cool early season. However, we do think that the plastic mulches prevented the tobacco from sitting in water after several heavy rains. Last year, there were significantly fewer aphids in the early season on plants in the silver mulch treatment. This year's data seems to be following a similar trend. In 2019, there were significantly fewer weeds in black, silver, and white mulch treatments, but the red mulch was slightly transparent, so there were more weeds there. In 2020, we are seeing a bigger difference between the weed emergence in the black, silver, and white mulches and the bare ground treatments, largely due to higher precipitation levels that have stimulated weed growth. Under good conditions in 2019, there was no yield or quality benefit of utilizing polyethylene mulches in organic flue-cured tobacco production. Given increased weed or insect pressure or drought or flooding conditions, treatment differences may become more apparent. We'll know more when we have 2020 harvest data analyzed this fall. Thanks for watching my virtual presentation. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me.